Isn't it funny how a garden can change in a matter of a week? Remember that beautiful zucchini plant? I had to remove it, and it had started getting diseased and yellow, bug ridden. So I've already moved my planter back. Now these cucumbers are doing amazingly awesome, and I am sort of making sure that I don't lose them to any early diseases. I've been fertilizing them. I'm just going to show you what I've been using. I've been using this right here. It works amazing, and I've been fertilizing them every 2 weeks with the mixture, and it works really well. And look how beautiful the leaves are. I'm harvesting my cucumbers. And here's one right here, so I'm going to go ahead and harvest this one. And so these pickling cucumbers are doing really well. And I've been harvesting them all week long. Within a matter of a week, they just started growing. Right here, let me stand back so you can see how I'm growing them. Hope the sun's not too bright, but it's growing on this little trellis here. It's actually 2 trellises. Here's one, and there's one on the inside as well. Okay guys, so I wanted to show you this white cherry tomato. And oh my goodness, they are so delicious. I think these may very well be my favorite cherry tomato. Now there's just one problem with these tomatoes. I didn't plant enough of them. So here it is July, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to sow some more seeds, and hopefully we'll get a harvest September and October for these cherry tomatoes. Hopefully they won't hit a frost, and if they do, it'd be so worth it, because these are so delicious. And these are the perfect tomatoes that you can eat while you're doing your gardening. Oh, they're so good. Today I got a lot more. And that's a beefsteak right there, I do believe. So we're gonna go ahead and harvest this one. So yeah, that's pretty big. Now I have a backup tomatoes growing over there, if you can see from here, my row garden. So we'll go over there next, see if there's any tomatoes ready to be harvested. And here's another tomato right here. I'm going to pick this one today, even though I might need to put it in the window for a little longer. Because we've had so much rain, I'm having to take the tomatoes before they actually ripen on the vine. And got some cucumbers that I get to harvest today. That's a really big pickling cucumber. Wow. Now that's a perfect size. That's exactly how I like to pick the pickling cucumbers. Just like that. Not too big, not too small. I'm gonna harvest these Roma tomatoes just hanging around. Just hanging around. I really love how the brandywine tomatoes get. They're so big, and I really love to eat them in sandwiches. So guys, I'm out here in my row garden, and I'm noticing all these green little pellets. They're green. I can see that right there. And I'm shaking my row, and I couldn't find anything. So I'm looking, and I'm thinking, where is the worm? I found a lot of the little black worms, but look, I finally found him. Look how fat he is. Oh my goodness. He's like the fattest worm I've ever seen. And I hold him in my hand. I can feel his heartbeat. He's so greedy. Not in my garden though. So over here is my corn that's starting to, well, actually I have my new corn that I planted. I planted 5 across and had to take a little break. I planted my first 2 rows and then I had to take a little break and planted my third, fourth, and fifth row. So the corn is starting to come up slowly but surely. And over here are all my tomatoes. I have determinate tomatoes and indeterminate tomatoes growing. And I just used these little stakes that I hammered in to the ground, and then I use the ties. And I'll put a link to the different type of ties that I'm using. Just got it off of Amazon, but it works really well. And I really love growing the tomatoes this way. I don't see any leaf damage or any disease, at least not for now. And I have Brandywine tomatoes growing. Some of these tomatoes are really huge. You can see the tomatoes. I have Roma tomatoes, beefsteak tomatoes, cherry tomatoes. I have Chardonnay tomatoes, all type of tomatoes growing in this row. These are my peppers, and I have jalapeno peppers. And this is an experiment garden actually for my first year, but I'm pretty happy with the way things are growing. More jalapeno peppers. And right here I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4 jalapeno peppers. Then I have an eggplant, and the eggplants over here seem to be doing a lot better than over there in my row garden. And I think these are peppers, more eggplants, more peppers, eggplants. So the peppers are doing pretty good, and these are the cherry, my blueberry tomatoes are just now starting to come in. And this is an interesting tomato right here. These are called Chardonnay, like the Chardonnay wine. It's called Chardonnay tomatoes, and they turn yellow. So they don't have a sweet flavor from what I've tasted a few of them. They're not really sweet, but they are pretty good. So as we move on down here, still have some more planting to do for the winter, but I have my patch. These are more squash plants that I planted over here. And then I have all my melon plants that are coming in, watermelon, and also pumpkin plants. They're back over there, and here says, welcome to our patch. I planted some new pumpkin plants over here. Really can't see them coming up yet, but there's a nice one. That's a Cinderella pumpkin that are coming in. And then all my melon plants. And I've also planted different types of melon this year, 4 or 5 different types. And it was interesting, the stars, I think it's called star melon. What are these called? Let me see here. Yeah, the moon and stars melon. The leaves are speckled, so I thought that was really cute. I'm going to be planting out my winter vegetables, but as we walk over here, so right here I'm going to be putting up a little arch that's going to be a connection to my row garden, planting some flowers alongside here, and it'll be really easy just to walk from my row garden. I kind of like that idea to be able to walk from my row garden into my raised bed garden. So as you can see, I still have a lot of work to do, but it is slowly but surely coming along.